Good evening, people of Bacolod and Negros Occidental. This is Attorney Rob Sarmiento, and you're watching the second match of the I-Debate semifinals of 2007. And we have St. Scholastica's Academy versus University of Negros Occidental. Recoletos, and our topic is a free country better than a secure country. And we will now start with the first speaker of the affirmative side. We have Ms. Mia Jeanjaquet. Mia?
An individual cannot find security in a country that restrains liberty in exchange. One of the government's key roles is to ensure its citizens' security. But what happens if the means that guarantee this security infringes liberty, more specifically human rights? No amount of security can ever restore the fear that is brought about by giving up liberty. Your freedom is your security. Security to your political rights, liberty rights, due process rights, and even security rights. Thus, we are pushing for a country that is not willing to relinquish liberty for security. We are pushing for a country that respects human rights and civil liberties before anything else. We are pushing for a free country. Stephen Holmes once said that in many situations, when liberty seems lost at the expense of security, security is actually lost as well. When a country has too much security, a security that infringes freedom, you have a country with citizens who exist with mass paranoia, who distrust their government. Constitutional protections would be violated. For example, with the U.S. Patriot Act, that allows warrantless searches, wiretapping, national security letters, full access to anyone's mail, email, bank accounts, and etc. These have been approved because of the government's claim that they are for national security. But why is it that the FBI agents were recently caught illegally and improperly using these powers for their own personal gain? If the inspector from the Department of Justice never conducted a search, they would never have been caught. Why should we burn the house down just to catch a few rats? America claims to have invaded Iraq for the purpose to secure their country and to free Iraqi people. Where is the freedom in the fact that the strategy for decapitation bombing killed many civilians while it failed to kill a single Iraqi leader in 50 attempts? Where is the freedom in the fact that 10,000 to 30,000 civilians have been killed ever since the U.S. invaded in March 2003? The security purposes of U.S. can never justify all the innocent people that were killed along the way. Therefore, we believe that free country is better than a secure country.
But Mia, the United States is actually saying that they're not doing this for purposes of security, but they're doing this to free the Iraqi people from the abuses of an authoritarian
Yes,
regime.
I said that they're doing this for to free Iraqi people and also to secure their country. President Bush said this in his statement. But then, where is the security? Does their security justify the fact that many are killed, Iraqi civilians are killed, instead of military Iraqi leaders in 50 attempts?
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's turn to Ms. Charisse Bayona.
Good evening. I believe that for a country to be truly free, it has to be secure. It has to uphold its national security. National security is defined by Microsoft and Carta as the protection of the country from attack or subversion and protection of resources and rights considered critical to the functioning of a nation. It is also the requirement to maintain survival of the nation state through the use of political, economic, and military power and the exercise of diplomacy. The number of murder, death, and terror threats is increasing at a terrifying rate. In the alarming situation of the world today, security is not only important and crucial, but is a need. Countries facing external and internal threats have intensified their security measures. For instance, the United States established the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. Patriot Act after 9/11. The Philippines has also imposed the Human Security Act of 2007 after continuous bombings from Abu Sayyaf. This act is to secure the state and protect the people from terrorism. Furthermore, countries such as the United Kingdom, China, and France are members of the UN Security Council. These countries are willing to regulate civil liberties for the sake of their own countries. Going back to the definition of national security, a secured country maintains the survival of the nation state and ensures the lives and welfare of the majority. Without security, life may cease. In the long time that the Constitution and the justice system have existed, crimes could still be found almost everywhere. Because of this, regulations of the civil rights, which is a form of security, is definitely better for the welfare of the country and its people. The enjoyment of personal liberty and civil rights of the citizens within a limited boundary as granted by a free country may pose problems and conflicts. It is inevitable for the people not to transgress these limitations because the people have been granted freedom, so they are predisposed to surpass and violate the set limitation. However, I am not imposing.
Well, the heightened security measures that that are being adopted by the government are not actually being conducted by the government in the name of curbing ordinary crimes, but they're being adopted in the name of the fight against terror. And if you would come to think of it, what is the ratio of people dying from terrorist activities from people dying from ordinary crimes?
I've read in a source that violent Islamic groups have killed more than 1,700 people in terrorist and bombings attacks since 2000. And because of this, security is indeed needed for a country to protect it from terrorism.
Now, thank you very much. Now let's turn to Ms. Paulina Española.